Welcome YouTube. It's another prep day and I'm on the way into town to do some get some groceries for a Shabbat meal and to wash some clothes. And I wanted to do a video. Well, wait, let me show you what's going on outside. Can you see that? Dry and rural. I wanted to do a video on analysis because analysis is what a lot of vloggers and bloggers and commentators are actually doing. And analysis is one of those critical thinking skills that if you haven't developed it, it's not too late. You can always change your brain. So, let me give you an example of what analysis is. Let's say with my milk goat. Okay, I know my milk goat had milk the last time I tried to milk her. And she had a lot on one day and a little the next day. Goats run on supply and demand. She has a kid. The kid is way old enough to be weaned, but because we're not keeping them apart, she really isn't. And so what that little baby goat is doing for me is she's keeping demand up so mama keeps supply up. While we were gone to GOTS, they were together, and so I was assuming that was going on based on facts. Analysis is based on facts. It's fact gathering, and then with those facts, coming up with some kind of conclusion. So, hang on. Yeah, big truck. I assumed, while we were gone, that the kid would still be eating from the mother. And so we put them together, and then a Shofarian asked if she could milk the goat, which is one of the things I offer. My hand's no good. But recently a saint gifted me with a goat milker, so once we get her supply up, I'm going to try that goat milker, and it could be a lifesaver for me. I can continue to milk her, until I want to dry her up, if that works. Anyway, so I have the facts. She should have some supply. Hopefully the little one is keeping the demand up. And when we got back, the Shofarian asked to milk her. And so what we did is we separated them last night. We kept the mother and the baby separated in the hopes that her supply would just fill in without the baby drinking it back down. And then this morning, I went to look at her udder and it was still kind of deflated. So that's another fact. She was not full like she is when she's at her peak, which is almost half a gallon of milking. So then, given facts like that, I have to assume that the baby's not drinking as much as she used to. And so I know things about goats. The more you milk them, the more they give. So what I did, my conclusion was, I milked her this morning. I will milk her tomorrow morning. She only gave like a pint, but if you punch the bag, punch their udder, and I know that sounds mean, but you'll know what I mean if you have goats. The babies use their little hard heads with the baby horns on them, and they pound their mother's udder, and what it does is makes more milk come down. Not tons at a time, but like half a cup. It's an immediate thing. So I, did that with her udder. And then I milked her dry, and I got probably a pint of milk. But I'm going to wait, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to milk her again. And I'm going to do the same thing until we get, a decent supply, which to me would be a quart out of her. And then if that milking machine works up, I may try to get to milking her twice a day. So that's an analysis of my goat. You take facts, you make a conclusion. It's a critical thinking skill. And the reason I say it is because there is also a human mentality to just take things as they come and then complain about them. Oh, I'm not doing very well at work. Whine, complain, instead of analyzing the facts about your work. Are you showing up early? Are you leaving on time or late? Are you taking 6 smoke breaks during the day? Are you constantly nagging your boss, or are you a competent employee who doesn't need a lot of guidance and does exactly what they're supposed to, and if they have time, do more? It's really a good thing to analyze your behavior, to analyze things like finances, to analyze things like Irma's coming. Hey, a hurricane's coming to my area. It could be a very bad one. It's a very large hurricane. Conclusion, I need to be prepared for that. So think about that. Think about that thought process. And if you're not analyzing things, I suggest you start practicing it. All right, shalom.